Good afternoon on the 29th or 30th of June. I watered my figs. It's been very hot and dry. Debbie and I were on vacation for a while, and when we came back, the fig trees were pretty dry. It's been very, very hot. We got a half an inch here and a half an inch there, but not much rain. Tonight, there's a big storm forecast over this area. So I'm looking forward to some rain. I would like to get some deep penetration here. I've been watering the fig trees quite a bit. I watered them deep. Let me turn this off here. I wanted to get as much water on these trees as I can. Most of them, the main crop figs, are far away from getting ripe, so I don't have to worry about overwatering near harvest. I lightened it up a little here on this particular tree, this Peter's honey, because it's making the Breba are coming into fruition here, as you can see, and they're getting ripe. In fact, I think there's one. I'm going to go around the tree. Let's see if I can dive through here. I noticed that there was some nice figs getting ripe up there. Let me see if I can get this one. This might be the first Peter's honey of the season. Gosh, can you see that? There we go. I don't know if this is as good as it could be. I just thought I'd make a quick video here because I'm going to devour this. Doesn't look to be a top rate perfect fig, but some of it is. I'll take it. Very good. If Peter's honey was a 10 under the best circumstances, I'd give that about an 8. But good. My first fresh Breba of the season here in 7A. I see others getting ripe. Here's one here. It looks like it's just about ready to be devoured. Can you see that? There you go. All right, and my Feliciano Bianco are getting ripe, so I thought maybe you'd be interested in that. So I'm going to put you on pause for just a second and skirt around to the back orchard and take a look and see if anything's quite ripe there right now. I stopped again to take a look at the Breba for the Violet de Bordeaux, and none of them are getting ripe. This tree, I thought you might be interested. I've mentioned it before. This is my earliest Mount Etna, unknown. A very reliable and dependable tree that's earned its respect and my admiration over the years. It's a very prolific producer of early hardy Chicago type figs, which are all done several weeks before the others, but fortunately produce ripe figs earlier than the others. So, and it's a very, very winter hardy and healthy tree, very vibrant. I love this tree. It's just a good tree. It provides me with so much fruit year after year. I just love this tree. It's well contained. So I thought I'd stop here and pay it a visit. I've got little trees growing in various locations, just about everywhere, on every property. And this one's a nice little tree. I like it very much. It's another Mount Etna type. This is called Angelo's Dark. And a friend of mine from up New York State, a great grower and a wonderful gentleman, by the way, gifted this tree to me. Let's take a walk back here. Coming up on the tree that I really admired, this tree, the Feliciano Bianco. And just look at all those Breba figs, would you please? Look at them all. They're just all over the place. It's just loaded with, and they are beginning to get ripe, as you can see. Let me get over to the other side. There might be too much sunlight interfering with the camera. Let me walk around this way. Here's a fig getting ripe. Look at that. I could never pronounce this darn thing. Here we go. Maybe is there a tag on here? No. You're correct me. It's not one of my favorite trees because I think I tolerate it because it's here, and I let it stay here because look at it. It's very productive. It's a good tree, but it's not as good as Ronde Bordeaux. It's a very early, and what is it? Tres Displess, something like that. I'm sure you're filling me in. I can't remember exactly what it is. It's probably going to be cold. It's probably going to be removed at the end of this year. I don't know. I see no reason really to remove it, but it tends to crack more than Ronde Bordeaux. The flavor's not as rich and as intense as Ronde Bordeaux. It's very early though. It's a very early tree, and it's apparently winter hardy enough to withstand the rigors of my zone, 7A, and it's very productive. So, I mean, it's a fig that a lot of people would really like to have in their collection, and so far I've tolerated it. Let's just say the jury is still out. During rainy periods, again, I did notice that it cracks more than Ronde Bordeaux. It's really no earlier than Ronde Bordeaux. This is a Breba, of course, and Ronde Bordeaux is not a producer of Breba, although I did get one or two over the years. It does produce once in a while, but it's an outlier. And this one does produce some Breba, okay? So that's something of note, which would give reason to perhaps tolerate it longer in the collection. I don't want to talk bad about it. It's here. If it wasn't good a little bit, it wouldn't be here. And you can see that the Feliciano Bianco, which is a San Pedro fig, you can see that they are definitely beginning to ripen. So nothing yet to devour, but boy, am I going to look at all these figs. Am I going to have fun? I'm going to get a net over this tree, and I am going to have a great time devouring these many, many, many figs when they all begin to ripen. I'm looking so forward to it. So I just wanted to bring you up. It was a little bit of an update, a short video. Keep you apprised. I'm excited. I'm always excited, but I'm very, very, very close to eating a bunch of Breba, and that excites me every year. I wait in great anticipation all winter long for a fresh, delicious, exquisite, homegrown fig. And I just ate a Peter's honey that was pretty good. I certainly enjoyed it. Not having any ripe figs for quite a spell. I'm looking forward to some more. This fig will be ready by tomorrow or the day after. I'll let it hang for a while and get nice and sweet and delectable and voluptuously exquisite, I'll do all that. I like that. And with that, thank you for a visit. Just a quick little update. And I'm going to get back to work. I've got a little more watering to do. I'm anticipating this so-called big storm that's coming through tonight. And then there's supposed to be another one moving through in the morning. So I've got my rain gauge out. And I'm hoping because I am really dry. And I would really appreciate some rainwater tonight and tomorrow morning. With that, good day. Hey, would you like to see some pawpaw? We had a little storm go through here the other night and got about a ½ inch of rain, and it blew off some of my pawpaw on the ground. As you can see, that happens sometimes. What are you going to do? There's nothing you can do about it. Can't control the weather. But there's plenty hanging on the tree here, and they'll be getting ripe in the end of August. There's plenty in this tree. Can you see them in there? All over the place. This is one tree. If you look back in there, there's just pawpaw all over the place. And then there's another tree over here. These are old trees. I've talked about these trees before, not too much, but they're at least, I don't want to even guess anymore. I've lost track of things, but 25 years at least, this tree. 22, 23, somewhere, 20 years and past, probably 25 years. It takes a long time. Sometimes, depending on the variety and whether you're up high and dry and the amount of sun you get. Of course, pawpaw can tolerate a little shade. They're found growing indigenously wild in the United States, in the woods and shady places, semi-shaded spots. It's the largest indigenous fruit, I've read, in America, in North America, and it does grow in the wild in its various locations in the Northeast. Has a pretty wide distribution area, and it's admired by a lot of people. Many people, they liken it to sort of like banana custard. I don't know that I would go that far, okay? But it is, when you get a nice, perfectly ripened one, it is delicious. And it does taste like that. So I come out when they're getting ripe. I come out and pick out the very, very best, the cream of the crop, and take them in the house and carefully scoop them out and rather enjoy eating the pawpaw in their season. There's quite a following, quite an interest that's been generated over the years for pawpaw. It's a very interesting fruit tree. I'm fond of my 2 trees. These are the only trees I have. They're old and they're big. And they're fruitful. They are in some partial shade. There I have a male persimmons tree to provide pollination to my persimmons trees, my American persimmons trees, not Japanese. But they also provide pollination to my crosses, the crosses between the American indigenous persimmons and the Japanese persimmons. There are crosses. And the pollination, I noted, those male trees help tremendously in the production of a more exquisite tasting fruit and more fruit ripening. So they're partially in the shade, but they're partially in the sun. They get plenty of sun. It doesn't affect the taste of them at all. There's enough sun that comes through here, the way the sun moves over, that it doesn't interfere whatsoever with the taste. And I like them. Aren't they majestic? They're very large. They're pretty. They're beautiful. I often come out here and just take a chair. That one, look at it. Look at the trunk of that one. These were planted at the same time, many, many years ago. Look at that. Beautiful tree, isn't it? Isn't that beautiful? I love my pawpaw trees. They're a friendly tree. They don't cause me any trouble. They don't need to be sprayed. No chemicals get used. Same as on my persimmons and my fig trees. And they provide me with organic fruit every single year reliably. So should I ever complain about them? No. Beautiful. And indigenous to America. It's a wonderful thing. Okay. Good day.